On to one of our headline stories. The Deputy Director of the Victoria Scheme, Engineer SRK Aruppola, says that the water in the Victoria Reservoir is only sufficient for another month and a half. He points out that if there are no rains, a chronic water shortage could prevail in the near future. Newsfirst's Aditya Jayawardena visited several areas in the island which have been parched as a result of the lack of rain.
During the past rainy season, the spill gates of the Victoria Reservoir were opened. Water was released at a rate of 74 cubic meters per second from a single spill gate. This is the Victoria Reservoir today. The Victoria Reservoir, which has a catchment area that spans 1,891 square kilometers, also receives water from the Mahaveli and Hulu rivers. The Victoria Reservoir, which has a capacity of 722 million cubic meters, has a usable water capacity of 688 million cubic meters when the reservoir is full. The amount of water in the Victoria Reservoir has dropped to 284 million cubic meters at present.
This reservoir is the heart of the Mahaveli scheme. The water level of this reservoir is currently at below 39%. Engineers in charge of the reservoir note that if there are no rains, the water in the reservoir will only be sufficient for another month and a half.
Deputy Director of the Victoria Scheme, Engineer SRK Aruppola, says that if water is not used conservatively, a chronic water shortage could arise in the future. The Newsfirst team that inspected the Victoria Reservoir also met with farmers in the Alahara scheme and inquired into the situation there. Farmers from Attana Kadawala, Jasiripura and Ikiriwava say that if they do not receive water, 275 hectares of farmland will be at risk of drying up.
The initial system was correct, but now there is no water at all in the higher ground. There has been nothing for about 10 to 12 days. That is the problem. Now the farmland from there all the way here will die out for sure. After it dies, even if there is water, this paddy will be useless.
There has been no water for 10 to 12 days, and they say that there will be only 3 more releases. There will be nothing left here if this is the case.
They said that they would increase the number of releases to save what paddy that is left at least. But later they said that it will be closed from the 5th of March. We ask that it not be closed on the 5th of March. If we receive water until the 25th of March, we will be able to save what paddy is left at least.
Even if there are continuous heavy showers and the area is flooded, it will be pointless. There is still no water. No matter what is done, it will be pointless. The stalks have wilted. If we did get the water as we were supposed to, we could have gotten 100% revenue from this paddy field.
Given the situation, if another release is reduced, then the paddy will die out the same way. They were given water in the release system, and all of a sudden the Yoda Ala was empty. When the system was being set up here, there was a delay in receiving water from there.
These farmers point out that if water is not received for the Alahara scheme, which meets a major portion of the need of rice nationally, what fields are left will also face the same fate as these wilted fields.
Over 10 to 12,000 acres are at risk. But if water is supplied as it is supposed to be, this problem will not arise. The situation will worsen in the future. At present, 10 to 15% of the crop cannot be harvested.